Yo, friends, what's going on? Welcome to another stream here on Valentin's Football Corner. It's Corinthians against Grêmio time today. We're gonna watch some Brasileirão together. 10 minutes till kickoff, like a chill game today with much tradition from Brazil. With Corinthians from São Paulo and Grêmio from Porto Alegre facing off in Brazilians first tier, the Serie A, the Brasileirão. I'm just gonna take a look if you can hear the... No, you can't. You cannot actually hear like what's going on in the stadium. I'm just putting this on for you. Like this, it should be better. Do you hear the stadium ambient sound? Guys who are already watching, please put like one comment into the chat if everything's alright. Would help me to know what's going on. And before we kick off, we're also gonna reset the clock real quick before I'm gonna tell you what's at stake today in this game, because we obviously want the game to start. I'm putting in 0:55. Obviously want the game to start at 0-0 and not at 4:55. That has to be a small lag that still prevailed from my previous from the previous countdown. But let's go. Let's hop into the game real quick. We only have 8 minutes till kickoff. I'm gonna tell you what's at stake today. Actually, I chose the game to stream today more because of the tradition and the hugeness of the two clubs that are gonna play today than for what's actually going on in the league, because both teams are right in the middle of the Brasileirão table. I think 10th and 11th, or 9th and 10th, something like that. Both have 39 points, are really the middle of the table in the Brasileirão. But that doesn't mean that there's nothing going on and nothing at stake today for both teams, because they still have the chance to qualify for the Copa Libertadores next year. They're still struggling for top tier South American football next year. They are kind of behind the Libertadores spots that are normally the spots 1 to 6 in the Brazilian league, but with the final of the Libertadores being played between Flamengo and Palmeiras, two teams that will 100% finish in the top 6 of the Brazilian league. Also the 7th place of the Brazilian league will also qualify for the Copa Libertadores, and if the right team wins the Copa do Brasil as well, which could be Fluminense, or I think Cruzeiro is also still in the Copa do Brasil, if I'm not mistaken, then also the 8th spot would qualify, at least for the Libertadores qualification phase next year. So if you're like 10th or 11th in the table, that's not far away from that. So for both teams, the mission is really going to be to get points today in order to go back into the race for the Copa Libertadores qualification. Because also if you qualify for the qualification phase of the Copa Libertadores as a Brazilian team, you're basically guaranteed to participate in the group stage as well, because the Brazilian league is just so much better than the others in terms of quality normally, that basically every Brazilian club that reaches the qualification round for the Copa Libertadores also goes through to the actual group stage then. So for both teams, this could actually be a key game on the way to top flight international football next year. So even though this seems like a mediocre game at first when you look at the table, there's actually quite something at stake today. And before the teams are coming in, you can already see the huge crowd of Corinthians, as always. Second biggest fan base in Brazil if you go by absolute numbers, and one of the biggest and craziest organized fan base in Brazil for sure. I've witnessed them when I was in Brazil. Video is gonna come out soon. A huge fan base for sure that are gonna push their team to victory. Let's take a look at the squads before we go on with the game. I'm not gonna name every player who's gonna play today. You can see them, you can read them. I'm just gonna go to the players I'm gonna have in. I think that's a bit loud there in the background. Gonna put it a little bit more down, like that. Gonna hop straight to the players that are of interest at Corinthians. That's Hugo Souza, the goalkeeper. He was injured for the last games. He's back in the squad today for the first time after I think 3 or 4 weeks. Don't know exactly. And then we have, or the player at least that I put on the thumbnail, as I always do when I stream Corinthians, but today it's gonna be interesting to see him play for sure, is Memphis Depay, who didn't score a goal for Corinthians since the end of July this year. So he hasn't scored for like 3 months for Corinthians, even though being like, of course, a key striker for the team. Fun fact, the last goal that Memphis Depay scored for Corinthians was in the derby against Palmeiras in the Copa do Brasil in the end of July. And I saw it live in the stadium. Now I'm back here in Europe, going on with my life for quite some time. But the last goal that Memphis Depay scored for Corinthians was when I was live in the stadium, and I saw it. And the video about exactly this goal and exactly this game is gonna come out at my channel in 2 weeks. Actually, I'm gonna post it mid of November. Gonna start editing soon. It was a crazy experience, dude. In Itaquera for Corinthians against Palmeiras, there's just nothing that beats this derby in Brazil in terms of intensity, in terms of sheer craziness. But I'm not gonna spoil any more than that. You're gonna be able to see it on my channel. Subscribe here to Valentin's Football Corner if you want to stay on board with everything that's crazy and great South American football experiences as I had them in Brazil that year. So yeah, today, arguably not a derby, but still, we're gonna have the Corinthians fan base going crazy as always again. And maybe see Memphis Depay score his first goal after 3 months. It's time. He actually scored goals in the meantime for the national team of the Netherlands, actually. That's the fun fact. He's still playing for his country. Not able to score goals for Corinthians in Brazil, but in Europe for the Netherlands. He turned himself the player with the most goals in the history of the Dutch national team. Something that he could go on to do for Corinthians maybe today against Palmeiras in terms of going back to score goals. Grêmio, very interesting also for everyone from Europe who knows something about European football. They have had 2 players joining them recently from Europe that might actually be known by you if you follow like the Premier League, the Italian league, the top 5 leagues actually. There is the player I put on the thumbnail, who is Carlos Vinicius, who is their top goal scorer this season, despite having only played 7 games so far for Grêmio, just crazy. He joined Grêmio from Europe directly, I think. What is fact is that he played for many clubs in Europe before going back to Grêmio. He's only 30 years old. He actually didn't come to just end his career, but just because he wanted some great experience in Brazil, I think. And he came like in September, I think, to Grêmio. Played his first 7 games for Grêmio and scored an incredible 6 goals for Grêmio in those 7 matches. So the logical consequence, and if everything goes as normal, he should score at least 1 goal here in Itaquera against Corinthians as well today. He's their absolute central striker and central player for Grêmio, and comes with much European experience, also international experience, of course, from various clubs. And the second player who is making his first game for Grêmio after his comeback, because he originally is a Grêmio player actually, is Arthur Melo, who joins Grêmio from Girona, I think, where he was loaned to in Europe. And is now making his move back to Brazil, because in Europe apparently it didn't work out that well. He's back at Grêmio, at his boyhood club, after he played for... Dude, that's loud in the background. I think I put it like a little bit less loud for you there in the background. I'm just gonna put the ambience out a little bit less loud. That's Itaquera, dude. That's crazy. Like, it's even too loud for my eyes, for my ears here. It's not only too loud for everyone in the stadium, but also for me who's streaming from home. Crazy. But just finishing with the story of Carlos Vinicius. No, not Carlos Vinicius, Arthur Melo, the other one who came from Europe. He played for Barcelona, Juventus. He was loaned to Liverpool, where he, I think, didn't play games, but he also played for, which was the other club he was loaned to, I forgot it. Was loaned to another club in the meantime, and then to Girona, so he comes with international experience also, big international, like Europa League, Champions League games experience. And he's now back at his boy club Grêmio, because Europe didn't work out that well for him. And really curious to see what he's going to be able to do on the pitch today, because it's his first game after his comeback today at Corinthians. So there is quite some players to watch as well today in this Brasileirão game. So it might be 10th against 11th in the table, doesn't look that interesting at first. But if you dig a bit deeper, there's actually quite some stuff to look forward to. Thanks, Silverwolf. Yep, can hear stadium sounds. Perfect. So we're set to go off here. Brasileirão 2025. We're hitting crunch time in the season, the last match days of the season. With stuff at stake, with some interesting matchups, and a duel of 2 of the 12 Brazilian giants today. In Itaquera and São Paulo, Corinthians against Grêmio. There we go, the teams are there, ready to kick off. And we are getting going, Corinthians against Grêmio, Grêmio against Corinthians in São Paulo for the Brasileirão of 2025. And the stream is actually already starting to lag a little bit. Wow. Don't know why, I'm the only person here in my flat. But that shouldn't keep us from seeing a great game here. Throw in for Corinthians there in the middle of the pitch. We're still in the first minute with nothing happening. Here come Corinthians through their defense actually. And the stream, I'm sorry to not be able to tell you more, and for the lags in the ambient sound, the stream is totally lagging here. Maybe that's gonna work better. To turn the quality a little more down. Wait a second, I'm just gonna have to restart that. Back in a second, and there we go. First minute of game, and we have the first free kick for Grêmio, just whistled by the referee. Didn't see the foul, but gonna be able to see the free kick. And that was quite a clear foul there. Corinthians player tried to hit the ball, but only hit the opponent. Classic. And we're gonna see this Grêmio free kick from the left side of the Corinthians half. Halfway into the Corinthians half, so quite a good position to swing it in, to get a cross in and see what it gives, I guess. If the stream works now, we're also gonna see it without any problems. Ball swung in, but too far. No Grêmio player able to catch it, and we have a kick off for Corinthians there. I'm just gonna have to change the internet here, sorry guys. But my home internet, I don't know why, is completely laggy. And the stream is completely laggy as well. Wait a second. Just gonna put up my hotspot here from my phone, hoping that it's gonna work better. Because normally the streams I watch like and I bring to you, it's like better quality, but today, don't know why. Not getting for it. Now Corinthians have the ball. Played to the right side, down to, should be Yuri Alberto. Double pass there down the right hand side. This is the first chance for Corinthians. It's cleared away. No, it's no corner kick, and you can hear the fans in the background. What they think about this? They think that. Alright, so I have to live with that. I think at halftime I'm gonna just try to reset my internet box, dude. Because that's really... I think I'm gonna do it right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'll have to... I don't know what I actually should do. Because now come Corinthians. We'll just see the first chance. It's blocked away. It's a corner kick for Corinthians, but... I don't know what's going on with my internet at home, man. It's not working at all. The stream that I'm watching to tell you what's going on at the game is totally laggy. That's the worst quality I've ever had on that. Why today, man? Why today? Yeah, I think I'm gonna run my stream on my hotspot just in order to Alrighty, my friends. As you can see in the chat, I had technical issues. My internet is just too bad to stream. I still couldn't manage to like get the quality of my internet up, but guess we're gonna have to watch the stream like this now, like with worse internet quality than I would wish for. But at least I got my box to work again. That in the meantime didn't work either. But we're back in the stream. You can hear the ambient sound, which is the most important thing, and I can tell you that very unfortunately, in the 16th minute, we missed a goal by Corinthians. It's 1-0 for Corinthians already. I couldn't see it unfortunately because of the internet issues that I have. It's still not really good quality, but we're gonna just gonna see what we can do out of that, and hope that maybe at some time it's gonna be better. Gustavo Henrique, number 13, scored the goal for Corinthians. At what time is the question now? Just gonna look that up in my handy app. But yeah, Corinthians are up 1-0. Still recovering from these technical issues that led to me having to interrupt the stream. Still a bit chaotic here. Sorry for that. And even now you can hear it in the background sound. Like, the internet I have in my house is barely able to show this live stream, which is really, yeah, 60th minute it was. Really, like the first time that this happens to me. It's really rare. Normally shouldn't happen. I have like fast internet and stuff here. But now the chance for Grêmio. Maybe you can see Hugo Souza is out. He comes back. I have one last idea, which is to stream. Parallelly stream the game on my phone and see if that's better. Maybe with my mobile data he will be able to show me a decent stream here on my phone and I can actually bring to you what's going on. But I think that also is gonna be very tough. Now there we go, and this is actually working. So the ambient sound will now come from my computer. But the stream that I'm gonna tell you is here from my device. There's Corinthians on the way forward again. Down the right side, must be Yuri Alberto, cross comes in, past everybody's cleared away, we have another corner kick for Corinthians here. Oh, that's actually working. Huge, we got a stream again, my friends. Welcome to Valentin's Football Corner, there we go. Damn it. There were many of you coming by that stream and you all had to leave because the stream was postponed and nothing was going on, and I completely understand you why you didn't stay. But now here on my phone I can actually bring you, like, the stream in all of its splendor. Only the ambient sound is now coming from my... Well, and as I'm saying this, my phone is also lagging, but not that much. Corner coming in. And the header is there to the middle, headed is weird. The ball towards the goal, but saved away by the keeper of Grêmio. Dangerously there, the ball inside the 5-meter area of Grêmio. Which could have been a better Corinthians chance here. Wild. And there we see it again. It was cleared away by a defender in front of his goalkeeper actually. But the Corinthians player was ready to squeeze it in there. Now the referee doing a signal. Is he checking something with VAR? Some handball, I don't know, I didn't see it. No, nothing too serious. Game is going to continue as planned. Throw in for Corinthians from the right side, still deep inside the half of Grêmio. Now they're gonna play back through their defenses. Corinthians dominating here the game until now. 1-0 in the lead. Can look at the statistics of the minutes that we missed because of the technical issues I had. We can see that Corinthians have 57% of ball possession. Much more passes there. 4 shots, 2 on goal already. So more chances there than Grêmio. I'm just gonna pause my stream here for 2 or 3 seconds in order to be at the same in the same moment as my I don't know if it's actually gonna have still having internet problems here, my friends. That's why I'm trying to get something going here through my phone actually. Now when I diminish, that could actually work out, dude. I just diminished the size of the screen I'm watching this game on, and now I can actually see something. Will that work out? Might not even need my phone here. That would be big. That would actually be big. Let's see. Back to business. Let's finally start the stream right and as it should be. Here come Grêmio with phase of ball possession right now. For once they can control the ball a little bit through their own rows. Now with a long ball played towards the right side in front. Can he reach it, the Grêmio player? Yes, he can, but it's cleared away by the Corinthians player without touching it. And we have a goal kick for Corinthians. So until now, no real danger in front of the Corinthians goal, at least from what I could see until now. And the home side 1-0 in the lead. Totally deserved. And with control of the game until now, Hugo Souza's kick from his goal totally failed. Flew way too far there for his mate to control it, so we had a throw in for Grêmio, who might make it an attack there. Through their back half with Alisson now. Noriega with the ball on his foot. Played through their defenses. Grêmio, a team that has not that many issues with players. I guess they don't have so many injured players right now, at least from what I know. But still in a crisis of results. They have had some seriously high defeats there lately, Grêmio. So at least today they know of even a draw or not that high of a defeat and a good performance would already be something for the psychological situation of the team to get a little better. Now Grêmio trying to mount an attack there through the middle. Now maybe some space on the right there, ball played through, but the Corinthians defenses there can clear it away. We have a corner kick for Grêmio. That was some straightforward passing there through the left side, through the right side. Cleared away by Matheus Bidou, who can throw his body in and play the ball into the outside, and we have a corner kick for Grêmio. Maybe a set piece to create some chances for the tricolor of Porto Alegre here. And the chance to get this striking action is now swung in, but cleared away by a Corinthians head. Maybe another shot from distance. Comes the Grêmio player, shot comes in from distance, and Hugo Souza has to make the save. What a chance! Cuts inside a little bit from the left, and then from the edge of the box just gives it a go. Into the long side of the goal, and Hugo Souza really had to stretch himself long in order to keep this out. Who was it? I can't see the number. Must have been one of the defenders there. Another corner kick there for Grêmio. Ball swung in. Again cleared away. Again with the same player. Will he do the same thing? Can he cut inside again? No. He's trying the option from outside. He shots, but the ball is wide. And we'll have a corner kick for Corinthians here. This time he tried to reach the goal by sprinting down the left-hand side into the box of Corinthians, having a bit more tight of an angle, but didn't manage to squeeze it in there. I still don't know which player it was, sorry about that. Didn't recognize him by the face, didn't see his number. But Grêmio now 2 with some serious chances here and a little bit of possession there, and going towards the goal of Corinthians, so Corinthians will lead 1-0, which is deserved, but it's not that secure, you know. I think Grêmio has the possibility to actually come back here. It's not as if they didn't exist in this game until now, with half an hour played. Welcome to everyone here in the stream, I will maybe now, because of another Corinthians chance here. Ball played into the middle, but not controlled, cleared away by the Grêmio defense. Welcome to the stream to everybody who's new here. Welcome to Valentin's Football Corner. Bem-vindo ao Valentin's Football Corner, desse stream aqui do Brasileirão 2025, Brasileirão 2025. Where are you watching from? Who are you watching my stream here? Give a hi into the comments here. I'd be interested in who's watching my stream and from where you're watching. Are you watching from Brazil? Are you watching from Europe? Você está assistindo do Brasil? Você está assistindo desde a Europa? Pode botar comentário aqui para eu saber quem está assistindo esse jogo comigo agora. Clássico do Brasileirão, Corinthians contra o Grêmio, duelo de gigantes. A duel of 2 of the 12 clubs that are considered giants in Brazil, which is always an interesting fixture then. In front of a sold-out Itaquera Stadium in São Paulo. Noriega with the ball, playing it back to João Lucas, his central defender. Grêmio now trying to get into this game by some phases of ball possession, but they immediately lose it. As I say, this to Corinthians, maybe a counter-attack. They're already in the half of Grêmio here. Carrillo with a shot from distance, but blocked away. And Grêmio now not with the possession. Corinthians win it back. As I was saying that Grêmio might have some ball possession to try to come back into this game, Corinthians immediately get hold of the ball again and are now pressing inside the Grêmio half again. It's a dominant performance here from Corinthians until now, except for some counterattacks and straightforward fast play to the front. Grêmio not really participating into this game until now. It's a solid home performance from the São Paulo side. Now the ball played into the depth, blocked away by the Grêmio defender. We have a throw-in for Corinthians deep inside the Grêmio half there, or not as deep inside as I thought, like halfway through. With Garro, the number 8 of Corinthians, talking to Mano Menezes, who is the coach of Grêmio. It's not the first time that he's coaching Grêmio. He's one of those Brazilian coaches who always coaches like one club and then gets fired, goes to the other club, and that's like, Brazil has like some coaches that have basically trained every club in the league already, and they're just going to whoever need them whenever they are thrown out of their previous club, which usually happens quite fastly within 1 year. If they're lucky, maybe some more years. Was Mano Menezes' case recently. The last club he trained was Fluminense. In the beginning had quite some important victories for them last year to keep them from relegation, but towards the end of the season the results were getting worse. They fired him and he went back to Grêmio's boy club. And the shot from distance for Corinthians, and it's onto the post! What a chance! And Memphis Depay, we were talking about them in the beginning, with a shot from 20 meters or so onto the left post there. Thiago Volpi, goalkeeper of Grêmio, couldn't have done anything there. What a chance there for Corinthians, almost with a 2-0, and that's like the Corinthians game today. That's their performance and how I see them until now. Always able to create chances, also with like distance goals. There would have been a hammer. The first goal of Memphis Depay within 3 months for Corinthians. We were this close, like literally maybe this close not more, to see him score again for Corinthians. What a chance there. In the 34th minute. And Corinthians keep on dominating their home performance here. Grêmio until now not really with the solutions. Maybe now throwing long, but immediately controlled by the Corinthians defense again, who play the long ball in front towards Yuri Alberto, who is held by a Grêmio player, but the referee says it's not enough for a foul. You can hear what the fans of Corinthians are thinking about that. But now maybe Grêmio with a chance to get something going here on the left side. The cross comes in high into the box of Corinthians. It's cleared away for first. But the pressing is following there from the back. But no problem for the Corinthians defense, who do not lose the ball. Still have it in the person of Anguilleri. Playing it back through the triangle there in the back with Gustavo Henrique. But lose it then in the defense to Grêmio. Muito bem-vindo, hello and welcome to everyone who joined the stream in the meantime. Glad you're here with me watching Brasileirão, Clásico of Gigantes between Corinthians and Grêmio today. Always glad to share this Brasileirão feeling with you. Comment here into the comments, bota comentário aqui de onde você está assistindo. Write it into the comments from where you're watching. Would be interesting for me. Are you watching from Europe, from Brazil? Are you a Corinthians supporter? Are you a Grêmio supporter? Você está torcendo para quem? Vamos compartilhar isso no chat, né? E aproveitar dessa noite incrível de Brasileirão. Let's enjoy this incredible night of Brazilian football together. Also always cool to have Brazilian football games at actual times that I can watch them now. Grêmio here with the chance from the shot from 18 meters. It's blocked away by the defender. Else would have been really dangerous there. Berlin, Germany. Welcome, Fabio. Not the goalkeeper of Fluminense, but actually my buddy from Berlin. Glad to have you here. Borussia Dortmund playing yesterday, as far as I think. Vai Corinthians golear. Vamos ver, cara. Muito bem-vindo aqui, Ricardo, no meu stream. Goleada do Corinthians, tem que ver. We have to see if Corinthians are actually going to be able to put a huge win into Grêmio, because they had a chance, but now it's the Corinthians counter-attack. Down the left-hand side with Memphis Depay, tackled by the Grêmio defender, but he played the ball, and I'm totally okay with the referee to not give the foul here. Really clever and good tackle here from the Grêmio defense. Yes, he brought down Memphis Depay, but he also clearly played the ball. Absolutely no foul there. Ricardo Jacob Stojan. Welcome to my stream. Bem-vindo ao Valentin's Football Corner. Torcendo pro Corinthians, fan of Corinthians here. Who are till now playing a very good home performance. Are better than Grêmio. Who are not without chances till now, but until now not able to create anything more dangerous than some closing into the goal. So yeah, Corinthians, until now it's not a goleada, not a high win, not a high score, but a deserved 1-0 lead until now in their home game. I have to say that the offensive prodigies who played in Europe, the Grêmio players to watch today, who come with experience of international European competitions as well, until now not making that much of a difference. There was Edenilson played into Arthur Merlo, who's making his first game after his comeback now for Grêmio, who is a player who receives many balls there in the middle and actually creates some play. Now he has got it in the middle, can control it, plays it onto the left. Arthur Merlo came from Girona, played for Barcelona and Juventus in his career, making his comeback for his boyhood club today in the midfield, and is actually the player who now is involved in much of creation of those chances here. Here's Amuzu down the middle, and now played down to the left towards João Lucas, the central defender, and Hugo Souza fisted away out of his box there. Could have been dangerous there, but now Corinthians have the ball again. Maybe able to create something fast here towards the front. but not with that much speed now over the left hand side with Anguilleri and Maicon there in the midfield. What I was saying is that Carlos Vinicius, number 95 of Grêmio, who has scored 6 goals in his last 7 games, which were actually his first 7 games for Grêmio, no factor until now. Didn't have a single chance, at least from what I saw. So Corinthians controlling quite well now. The Corinthians with a chance again, but Garro slides on the wet ground of the Itaquera Stadium, cannot control the ball. That was already inside the box of Grêmio. We now have the ball again, and the foul is given for Grêmio because Gustavo Henrique was bringing down Carlos Vinicius, who I was talking about just right in the midfield. But this Carlos Vinicius, normally the man who should score the goals for Grêmio, until now didn't see much of him, got to say. Now Grêmio maybe. I think that's him, Carlos Vinicius, with the good ball down the left-hand side. Now played in, the cross, and it's through to the Grêmio striker, can't control it, and it's headed away by the Corinthians defense. That could have been much more dangerous there, if the Grêmio striker could have controlled the ball there inside the Corinthians box. Now on back, and we have the foul given. It's free kick for Grêmio. Was a one-on-one there between the Grêmio and the Corinthians player, who were both like really involved in that. I don't know if I would have given like the free kick for Grêmio, but the player's not protesting. I guess it's well seen by the referee. Always a signal if the players don't protest that much. And there we were seeing something dangerous there, as Carlos Vinicius was playing towards Amuzu, who flanked it into the box of Corinthians, where I think it was Alisson who was trying to bring it towards the goal, but didn't actually manage to create something bigger out of that. Now, pass by a Grêmio player inside the foot of Corinthians there in the midfield, but no counter-attack launched. Carrillo and Yuri Alberto playing it down the right-hand side. Corinthians not trying to keep the lead they have until half-time, I think, not going to risk too much going into the cabin with a 1-0 there, I guess. There's Memphis Depay brought down in the midfield, and we have a free kick for Corinthians. Maybe something now for Memphis Depay to go into the box and actually get a header in, I don't know. Get a shot in. Memphis Depay, who is waiting to score a goal for Corinthians for 3 months now. Corinthians hasn't scored for... Memphis Depay hasn't scored for Corinthians that way for 3 months now. And the last goal that he scored, I was in the stadium. I watched Corinthians live. Now I'm watching Corinthians live again. Let's see what's gonna happen today. Would be the day for Memphis Depay to score again, I guess. Would be logical. No, Memphis Depay is actually gonna take the free kick there. Or get the cross in. No, it's his colleague getting the cross in. Cleared away by the Grêmio defense, no danger there. Towards Amuzu. He might launch a counter-attack here, but no. Only gets the throw-in for his team there. Grêmio now having to build up everything from the very back of the field. Being pressed there by the Corinthians offense already into their half. But now the long ball towards Carlos Vinicius, but Hugo Souza gets out of his goal and clears the ball away. Very clever ball there behind the lines of the defense of Corinthians. And Carlos Vinicius almost getting hold, but cleared away by Hugo Souza. Then Carlos Vinicius checks Hugo Souza away. Think that... yeah. Was it a free kick for Corinthians? I don't even know. I don't think so. I think he gave it a throw-in only. But Hugo Souza and Carlos Vinicius there with the hit on one another. As Carlos Vinicius was very close to getting his first good chance here for Grêmio. The player who, as I said, scored 6 goals in his last 7 matches for Grêmio, which were also his first 7 matches after his transfer to Grêmio. So yeah, if there's one, who could score today, it's him, and maybe he doesn't need that many chances. There he is again, but has to give his ball to his colleague on the left-hand side. Grêmio now in the last minutes before half-time. At least trying to get something going, and have had some seriously dangerous balls behind the defense of Corinthians there. Here they go again. That's Amuzu down the left-hand side. Again with the cross in and the header, not the header! Closely missed only by Carlos Vinicius and Alisson on the other side. Could have been dangerous again there. If only one of the two gets his head in, that's the equalizer. Only centimeters away, Alisson there to equalize the game for his colors, for the tricolor blue, black and white from Porto Alegre. We are going into the extra time of the first half, if there is some, I don't know if the referee gave 1 or 2 minutes of added on time here. But Grêmio now, as I was saying, that Corinthians might want to control the lead they have until half time. That's actually quite justified what I said there, because Grêmio were coming dangerously. Don't want to go into the cabin with 1 goal down now. One last free kick maybe from their own half still, but maybe a chance to get one last action going here before half-time for Grêmio. But they don't play it long. Try to keep it simple in their defensive lines and through the left-hand side. Grêmio playing much through the left-hand side, which is the side of Carlos Vinicius, naturally, who is their fixed point of their offense. And Amusu, who's going with him always to the left-hand side, trying to control the balls there. While Corinthians is busy keeping Grêmio from getting dangerous here in the last minutes. Half a minute to play, by the way. We have 2 minutes of added on time. Corinthians now on the ball back. If they don't lose it in some stupid way, we might very well see them go in with a 1-0 here into halftime. Or will they? Because they're down the left-hand side there. There is Mateusz Bidu. Now the ball into the box of Grêmio, already tried to chip in. And they reclaim a handball there. I didn't see it from my small screen here. Now handball given for Grêmio in the midfield. That was obvious, but the handball that they claim to have seen there inside the box of Grêmio, the Yuri Alberto was trying to chip the ball down towards Maicon, and there was actually a Grêmio hand on the ball. It was short distance. It was chipped. The hand didn't really make a move towards the ball, so the ball only blocked away by the hand. I don't know if the referee is gonna say after VAR review that this was actually originary for the block. I mean, under handball rules of 5 years ago, that's never a penalty. I'm gonna tell you, because there was no intentional handball towards the hand move towards the ball, and it was from short distance. So I wouldn't say that's like an intentional blocking of the ball there. And has he whistled halftime? I think so. I think like in the discussions that were going on, that were following this this penalty reclamation, I didn't actually hear or perceive the mics outside there are getting loud again, because the Corinthians fans are obviously disagreeing with the referee here, as he whistled for halftime without giving another penalty for Corinthians. But as I say, I think that's okay, because the hand was on the ball, but it was a short distance and there was no intentional movement towards the ball. So with the handball rule that we have, giving a penalty would have been way too harsh. Just gonna watch the chances of the first half again that we had until now, and actually would like to see this, because in the meantime, while Corinthians scored the 1-0, actually I had some streaming problems, as you might have seen, with my internet connection, which was really, really bad. And so I couldn't actually get the stream going a little more. Now we're gonna see the corner kick that led to the 1-0 of Corinthians. Yeah, it was after a corner kick actually. Gustavo Henrique. That's how he as a defender was also able to actually score the goal. Shouldn't come as a surprise. Which is the 1-0 for Corinthians there. Gonna see it again real soon. What am I doing here? I'm just hanging around, not telling you anything about what's going on. It's because I want to go into the halftime break as well. Seeing this goal of Gustavo Henrique again in the 16th minute that put Corinthians up 1-0 here. Just gonna stop the clock as well so I can reset it for the second half before going into the break actually, and then seeing you again for the second half of this duel of the giants, Corinthians against Grêmio, here in the Brasileirão. It's crunch time, the last match days of the season. Decisive moments here in Valentin's Football Corner. See you again in quite some minutes for the second half, I guess. Let's go. Yo friends, what's going on? Welcome back to the second half of Corinthians against Grêmio. The teams are coming out again for the second half in order to determine who's going home with the 3 points, or if there's going to be one with the 3 points to go home today. Now Corinthians also coming out of the tunnel. Just gonna get the ambient sound going again, but not without having shown you something. Wait a second. I think first I'm going to tell you about the statistics that are actually quite interesting. Because when I was looking at the statistics of the first half, I was like, dude, that's quite equal actually. So Corinthians leading 1-0. But if you look like at ball possession, it's quite equal. It's 51% for Corinthians. It's like almost 50-50. If you look at the shots on goal, it's actually pretty. I'm gonna put the ambient sound back in because we're gonna get going again. Just not gonna miss out on that. But if you look at the shots, it's quite equal. 7 for Corinthians, 5 for Grêmio. Each team has had 2 shots on goal that were actually going on goal. So that's actually quite a bit. But I was like, dude, how is it then that I have the feeling that this Corinthians lead is so deserved? Why am I not like it would be more deserved if Grêmio also had scored already? And then I was looking at the X goals of this game, and that was what baffled me, because they are actually 1.6 X goals for Corinthians. That's a humongous number. Normally teams in games, they don't even reach this value after the entire game. 1.6 X goals for Corinthians against 0.21 only for Grêmio. So even though they kind of have the same number of shots, the quality of the chances of Corinthians were way superior to those of Grêmio in the first half, which is why I actually have the right feeling that this lead is deserved for Corinthians. They were much closer to scoring a goal than Grêmio was, and they actually did so in the 16th minute. Talking about the goal, the following thing happened. My friend Augusto Calixto, who is at the game, who is a Corinthians fan and who's in the stands, he sent me this video, and it is actually crazy. He filmed like the Corinthians goal. Can you see it? I think it's kind of, it's not bright enough, but I'm gonna try to put it back on again. There you go, there it is. The Corinthians 1-0 on video here in the live stream. Gonna try to show it to you again from the beginning with a little brighter of a screen as well. There it is. Ball coming in. Golaço after a corner kick. Thanks, Augusto. Muito obrigado, Guish, pra esse envio. Bom jogo pra você lá na arquibancada. Good game for you, Augusto, there on the Corinthians stands. Until now, all going right, all going well for your team, Gustavo, for Corinthians. 1-0 there, and totally deserved, as I was saying, as they have like 1.6 X goals. They could have even scored one more, as we remember the shot onto the post of Memphis Depay from the 34th minute, where it was very close to go back to scoring for Corinthians after that long of a time. Now there is again Memphis Depay on the left hand side, gets a throw in for Corinthians, gets the ball back on the ground line. Can he do something dribbling there? No, he plays the pass down the ground, actually smart down the middle. Yuri Alberto tries the shot, but it's blocked away. Yes, it was Maicon actually there in the middle who was making the movement of the shot with his foot already, but he didn't hit the ball, so it slid through the towards the Grêmio player, who are now going down the right hand side but cannot control the ball. Would have been a counter-attack for them, but Corinthians trying again to be dangerous there in the second half. The game continues as it left in the first. Because also Grêmio, as I was saying, they are not without chances, surely not. They have shots on goal, dangerous attacks. But not that hugely dangerous chances that you'd say there has to be a goal until now. And so the Corinthians lead is totally okay. The ball now on the right hand side with Mateuzinho of Corinthians. Played down the middle towards Carrillo. Trying to get some hold of the ball there, Corinthians. And trying to mount an attack. There's Carrillo in the midfield now with striking ball towards Memphis Depay in the middle. Towards the left hand side, but misunderstanding there between his teammates, and the Grêmio defense get the ball back. Now they try a long ball, as they always try. Grêmio is trying to go through the Corinthians defense. They're oftentimes with long balls behind the line of the Corinthians defense. They're not trying to combine themselves through or to get any like possessional dominant play going here. They're trying to go fast straight to the goal. There is Carlos Vinicius, top goal scorer of Grêmio, playing together with Edilson and Amuzu there. Now Amuzu with the ball down the middle, blocked away. Corinthians defense has it, no danger. Did we have substitutions at halftime? I don't think so, no. Didn't have substitutions, so the teams completely as they were as well in comparison to how they left in the first half. While we see Coach Manu Menezes here, I think he's like dissatisfied with something that his players on the bench do there. But Grêmio is not playing that bad of a game actually. They only lack the good chances, but the basics are all there for Grêmio. They have offensive actions, they managed to participate in this game without being completely crushed by Corinthians' domination. That's not the case. They only lack the good chances, but now Corinthians come again down the left-hand side, down the ground, and pass in the middle, but doesn't find any player. That would have been dangerous there. That would have been very dangerous, and I'm wondering if the ambient sound is actually working. Now the ball through to Hugo Souza. Because I wasn't hearing anything all too loud there when Grêmio was coming, but maybe they just tweaked something. Back to the game. Where Grêmio has the ball inside their defense, which is actually situations that they don't really create chances from till now. Grêmio normally create their chances through counterattacks, long balls, direct balls behind the lines of Corinthians. And maybe now they have their Alisson. And the foul is given. Free kick for Grêmio. Didn't see the foul, was just taking my eyes off the screen for quite a little, and he seems as if he has like big pain there on the ground. I think it is. Could be Edin Nilsson of Grêmio. It says I need a doctor here, and it's a yellow card for Matheus Bidu of Corinthians there, and there we see, whoa. And maybe we're gonna see VAR there, because that was hard. He hit him at his ankle. That's a good thing when you have a stream and you can just use the camera. Here. That's where you don't want to hit your opponent. Because first of all, that's really dangerous for the health of your opponent. And second of all, that's how red cards are given. Me having been a referee some years ago, we learned that this kind of tacklings are very susceptible to red cards. It was not completely, like he didn't go in with full power, didn't break the ankle of his opponent totally. He was also struggling for the ball. It was not, maybe not brutal, which would justify the yellow card that was given. But, dude, that was hard. And if VAR goes on to say, I want you to look at this again, dear colleague, dear referee, we might see something change here. But I don't think the yellow card is going to be changed, actually. Because for me it's not a completely wrong decision. But it certainly was hard, it certainly was painful to his opponent, who is actually João Lucas, the right-back defender of Grêmio, who got the hit. No red card given. Which is kind of lucky. Here we see it again. From this direction, and we see it was funny to see because Matheus Bidu, the moment he fouled his opponent like that, he immediately made a face like, ooh, like as if he knew that he did something very wrong. And yeah, he's lucky that he didn't go red for that. You can give red cards for that, for this kind of actions. You don't have to. Now the ball swung in of Grêmio, free kick, cleared away by the Corinthians' head. Ball headed back into the box by the Grêmio offender, but nowhere near the center of the box, and it actually just flies outside of play, and we have a goal kick for Corinthians. The team of Mano Menezes, the coach, who we can see here again, still without a big goal chance, except for maybe like a long shot of João Lucas, I think it was, or Amuzu in the first half. Didn't really see who it was directly, where Hugo Souza had to unpack a real great save there. But except for this, Grêmio not with a big danger till now, even though they have offensive action going on. Here come Corinthians again, with the ball inside the half of Grêmio, trying to get some possession, trying to find the space between the defenders. With Mateuzinho towards Memphis Depay, but blocked away maybe now. No, Carrillo not able to get the ball. And there it is with Arthur Melo. And the Grêmio midfield again. Muito bem-vindo, welcome to Valentin's Football Corner, to everyone who's watching here, together with me. Very glad you're here. Write it into the comments from where you're watching. Bota comentário aqui de onde você está assistindo, para quem você torce. And what you love about Brazilian football, of course. Why Brazilian football is the best in the world. Have you seen Thiago in Brazil? That's a question that I want to know if I'm the only one who's like closely following that. But Thiago, biggest German football influencer, is currently in Brazil, doing a tour of the stadiums. And if I'm not mistaken, I haven't seen the stories today, but if I'm not mistaken, he also announced that he would go to the Corinthians game today. So I think Thiago, German football influencer with millions and millions of followers, should be present in Itaquera today. Have you seen him? Or have you seen his content like in Brazil like currently? And here comes Grêmio again. Gonna finish the story then. Maybe space down the right hand side, the ball's played, he's already inside the box. Can he shoot from the outside? He shoots, but over the goal. There was it! The kind of chance for Grêmio. I think it was João Lucas who was trying to shoot there from the right hand side of the box. No, it was Alisson actually, who gets something like a chance going there for Grêmio. If he puts it towards goal, then Hugo Souza might have some problems keeping it out. But like no real danger. It flew off like 3 to 5 meters off the goal in the end. But yeah, back to Thiago. Have you seen his content from Brazil? How do you like it? What do you say to another big gringo discovering his love for Brazilian football? I'm completely hyped. I love what he's doing. And hopefully he is in Itaquera today for this game in São Paulo at Corinthians against Grêmio to see this incredible stadium and incredible atmosphere with his own eyes. I've been there against Palmeiras in the derby in the Copa do Brasil. A video that I'm gonna publish very soon as we see Memphis Depay blocked away. Grêmio still have the ball, now maybe with a little bit more calm there, as they get pressed early on by the Corinthians offense. There is the ever-present Arthur Melo again, who is Grêmio captain after his comeback to his boyhood club immediately. But yeah, Itaquera is a crazy stadium. Corinthians Neoquímica Arena home ground. I've been there against Palmeiras 3 months ago, exactly then when Memphis Depay scored his last goal for Corinthians. So today would be a good day to do it again, when I'm watching again. But I was there in the Derby Paulista, Brazil's craziest derby, maybe one of the craziest derbies in the entire world. Full of pyrotechnics, hate and energy. And I'm gonna publish my video about this game in 2 weeks on this channel on Valentin's Football Corner when I finish the edition. Subscribe here, se inscreve aqui para não perder o conteúdo que eu faço. Próximo vai ser de Itaquera, quando eu fui lá no jogo contra o Palmeiras, em julho, na Copa do Brasil, que foi um jogo totalmente maluco. Então se inscreve aqui para não perder a minha experiência desse jogo, né? Here come Corinthians again down the left-hand side, ball towards the middle. Memphis Depay tries the shot, but totally mishits the ball. Depay is well into the game, I guess. He's creating chances, he's receiving balls in dangerous positions. And actually manages to, like, he hit the post in the first half. We remember he could have scored already. Here he had the ball again in a very dangerous position. If he manages to just control it and maybe try the shot in a second or third step, would have been more dangerous, or like have the direct shot going as well. But he totally missed the ball, which just flew like 10 meters off the goal of Grêmio. So again, nothing all too dangerous going on here for Corinthians. And Memphis Depay, who's getting closer though, I have to say, to his goal that he desires so badly. But now they have to first defend Grêmio again. They're through the right hand side, and Gaho has to clear the ball behind his own goal in the outside, so we have a corner kick for Grêmio, and we remember they have always been dangerous up until now. And I'm not saying anything because you can hear Corinthians Leopold. There's the poro going on. The fans of Corinthians going crazy at the hour mark, as always. That's something really crazy. And the chance is going, and that was actually close. That's the typical your typical Itaquera situation. You miss the chances and stuff because of poro. Actually not as close as I thought, but there was a Grêmio head on the ball in the middle of Wagner Leonardo, but he didn't manage to get it towards goal. But yeah, this 1-0 lead for Corinthians is far from being secured and far from being sure that they're gonna make it over the finish line with this lead, because Grêmio, they said they only need one dangerous situation that they're not far away from. They still lack the really dangerous stuff, but they're not far away from that. And like that, Corinthians in danger, as we saw. Dorival Jr., the coach of Corinthians, who's apparently speaking about the first substitutions he might want to make here. Still have no substitutions in this game. After 1 hour, it's still the same 22 players from the beginning that are playing. And maybe another chance for a counter-attack for Corinthians. Memphis Depay towards Yuri Alberto on the left-hand side. He gets the ball before crossing the outline. Yuri Alberto on the left-hand side, what will he do? Trying to enter the box, cannot enter the box, plays the ball towards the middle. Memphis Depay has hold of the ball, but not enough, and it's cleared away by Grêmio again. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Memphis Depay. You cannot say that he makes a bad game, but he's just unlucky until now. Again with the ball inside the area, as I thought in the first moment. Yuri Alberto with a very good cross, very good domination of the ball there down the left-hand side. Then crossing the ball inside the area where it is actually like flipped towards Memphis Depay, and he has his feet on the ball, but the ball just jumps 1 or 2 meters from him, and the Grêmio defender can get hold of it again. Else would have been maybe surely the 2-0 for Corinthians here. So now we have Grêmio attack again. It's a very offensive game. There's much action going on close to the penalty areas of both teams. It's like far from boring here. And with another goal surely in the air here. Maybe not now, because Grêmio with one of their few ball possessional phases. And the foul now. Memphis Depay tries to get the ball from behind the Grêmio player. Gets it onto the ground, and it's a clear foul. Around the midway line of the field here. No, maybe good ball down. Grêmio there down the right hand side. Alisson making some meters. Alisson too far left to shoot, playing the ball down the middle, but Corinthians defense attentive there, getting the ball back. Here's Memphis Depay still in his own half. Gets fouled here. Grêmio player who is Noriega. has his arms wrapped around Memphis Depay and wrestles him to the ground, which is a clear foul. Nothing too brutal, but still a foul it is. And we saw a Corinthians player ready to come onto the pitch just yet, but he still didn't come on. We still have one more action for Corinthians before we're gonna see the first substitution of the day. With Corinthians in possession in their midfield. There's Memphis Depay. Now a little bit more behind, tries to create his own chances, I think, as well. There's Yuri Alberto down the left-hand side. Gaho with the cross. Gaho with the cross towards the middle, and the shot from Depay blocked again, and we have the corner kick. Memphis Depay, Mr. Everywhere, with another touch of the ball inside the penalty area. Would have been dangerous. It was a tight angle. I don't know if the goalkeeper might have had it there, but he didn't have to come in because defender, I think Wagner, Leonardo, got his foot in before. Still no substitutions at the Corinthian side, no? I think they're gonna play the corner kick before subbing. There's quite some discussions going on in the penalty area, so still no game. But no, they're gonna play this corner again before substitution. Ball swung in now. Header again, but way over the goal. Didn't get control of it, and it's gonna be the number 37. Well, I don't know who it is. Who's gonna join the game for Carrillo at Corinthians? So Carrillo, number 19, with a good performance today. As all of the Corinthian squad, it's really a good game of them all, and is gonna be replaced by his colleague Ryan, number 37. How do you pronounce him, dear Brazilians? Do you pronounce him Ryan? Ryan? Like English? Como que vocês pronunciam o Ryan ou o Ryan? Eu não sei. Mais inglês ou mais português? O Ryan. I don't know. Write it into the comments. Como que se pronuncia esse jogador, por favor? Quero saber. Well, we see also substitutions at Grêmio. Actually, Ed Nilsson is leaving the pitch, who didn't have that many involvements into the game on the right hand side, as basically every play of Grêmio was played towards down the left hand side of their offensive flanks. But obviously it was the only substitution, I think. But yeah, so Edenilson, replaced by Cristaldo, number 10 by the way, didn't have many possibilities to make a difference here, because the game wasn't played on his side, I guess. Just gonna replace him here in my standings as well. And now Grêmio with a ball win there going towards the penalty area of Corinthians. One falls down to the ground, wants a foul, but it's no foul, and I didn't see a foul there either. Maybe the counter-attack chance now for Corinthians. Here go Gaho. Gaho there, pulled by Doji in the midfield, who receives the yellow card. Now tactical foul, absolutely deserved there. And the free kick for Corinthians. Cristaldo é o nome dele, né? But seriously, how do you pronounce Ryan or Ryan or Ryan in Portuguese? The new player of Corinthians who was just subbed on, number 37. Como que vocês pronunciam esse nome? O que é a boa maneira de fazer? De pronunciar, né? Bota um comentário aqui, por favor, no chat. Seria muito ótimo, né? Corinthians again. Memphis Depay. They have the ball in their midfield. Now making some meters. Memphis Depay's got the ball. Plays it together with Gaho. But they lose it again to Grêmio. Or also defending quite stably there most of the time. There is Carlos Vinicius, dribbles one Corinthians players and can make some meters towards into the half. He still has the ball, Carlos Vinicius. Now he gets fouled. And there is the free kick for Grêmio, about 25 meters off the Corinthians goal. Maybe a dangerous position for them to create something dangerous here. And there you could see why Carlos Vinicius is so vital for Grêmio and how he scored his 6 goals in his first 7 games after his transfer to Grêmio. Carlos Vinicius, he received the ball still in his own half for his team, and then just dribbled forward, just tanked forward. He's a really strong player as well, has a really strong body, and was just making meters, dribbling and tanking towards the Corinthians goal, and could only be stopped by a tactical foul there of Corinthians. And we have a potentially dangerous free kick. It's maybe a little too far away from the goal to be really dangerous. But never say never. I mean, I've seen goals being scored from this distance, from free kicks. But you need a really good striker there. Who is gonna make it? I don't know who are the good like free kick strikers of Grêmio, or if they're actually gonna try a cross even. Or something indirect, I don't know. Yeah, it's doing something indirect. The shot comes in onto the close side actually, but it flies off the goal. And I think Hugo Souza wouldn't have a problem of keeping it out. Interesting variant there. Not so badly struck, but I think Hugo Souza was prepared for that. Ball flew off his goal, but if it had come onto his goal, he would have saved it without any problem. And we have seen another substitution actually at Grêmio before the free kick also that I didn't give you yet. Alisson with number 47 was subbed off and is replaced by the number 7 Pavon. We're entering the last 20 minutes of the game. Crunch time, still 1-0 for Corinthians. After this goal in the 16th minute of Gustavo Henrique after a corner kick. It's still deserved, I'd say. Grêmio well participating in this game. They are not without chances, but they are not without they are not with dangerous situations until now, I'd say. They don't have like really dangerous attacks going on there. I'm gonna take a look at the X goals value of them. Around 72nd minute as Corinthians with a pass towards the front, but no problem there for Thiago Volpi in the goal of Grêmio. Corinthians haven't had that dangerous of chances until now. They have 1.99 X goals, but we remember they had 1.6 after the first half already, so only 0.4 X goals were added on in the second half until now. And Grêmio got to 0.66, actually they were at 0.21, so like the second half, both teams actually got kind of 0.4 X goals. Didn't see many dangerous situations there on both sides. But they're still trying, it's quite an offensive game. Both teams oftentimes appearing in front of the penalty box of the other. Grêmio as well as Corinthians, but till now also the defensive lines of both teams stable enough to not let anything happen there. Now good ball played into the middle to Gaho of Corinthians, now towards the right hand side to his colleague Mateuzinho. But cleared away, not cleared away, ball still with Corinthians. There's Ryan on the right hand side who loses the ball. It's a goal kick for Grêmio, but Ryan also got an arm into his face, I think, but no foul given by the referee. But Corinthians win the ball back again, so Grêmio couldn't resist to the pressing there. There's Memphis Depay together with Gaho. Memphis Depay with the shot from the box, or from the edge of the box, but over the goal. It's like the 5th chance of Memphis Depay in this game. Tries to shoot directly without like controlling the ball first. Tries to shoot that directly from the pass, but it goes over. But kind of something of a chance again here in the 74th minute for Memphis Depay and Corinthians. And you can sense that Memphis Depay, after 3 months without a goal, really wants this goal to happen today. But until now, without luck. There he is again. Grêmio now really not able to get out of their own half here. There's on the left hand side the ball down to the middle, but a Grêmio defender attentive there, clearing the ball away. But now Corinthians, even though in the lead, really the team that is pressing here, that won to 2-0. And Grêmio, they need more offensive power here and more determination maybe to come back. We see a substitution at Grêmio. Amuzu, number 9. In front is leaving, number 99, Christian Oliveira. Now Memphis Depay again with the shot, at Thiago Volpi has to fly to keep it out. 6th chance of Memphis Depay, the second really good in this game. And this time it was more dangerous. He really struck it really well towards goal. Thiago Volpi. Okay, he's a pro goalkeeper. For a pro goalkeeper, that's always nice if you can show your flying skills like that. But dangerous situation there. Again, Memphis Depay, who is until now, I would say, the best Corinthians player on the pitch. One of his good days for the club. And Christian Oliveira, number 99, is replacing number 9, Amuzu, at Grêmio. Christian without H, actually. I was wondering. Like that, we're correct. And now Corinthians losing the ball for once. Memphis Depay with a pass that only finds a foot of a Grêmio player. No, maybe a counter-attack. That's when they get dangerous, Grêmio. The cross comes in, and Hugo Souza has it. Yeah, Grêmio only really able to create something with long balls, as I say, with balls behind the defensive lines of Corinthians. They don't really have the combinational power, don't really have the physical power, except for Carlos Vinicius to really go through there until now. That could have been dangerous, but it was played a little bit too close to the goal of Hugo Souza, who could come out and keep this one out without any problems. And now his team is going again. Gaho also distributing many balls there in the middle, also making a good game. And Yuri Alberto on the Corinthians side, also subbed off in the meantime. For whom? I didn't see. We'll actually have to see. Now he's going to be subbed off. For number 56, who is Guilherme. Yuri Alberto today, except being normally one of the key strikers as well for Corinthians, and always good for a goal. Today, not with that many actions there offensively towards the goal. Is Guinegão. What am I saying, Guilherme? Guinegão is the name of number 56. Looked like a Guilherme from the distance here on my screen when I saw his name first. Guinegão for Corinthians. Replacing... So again, then we have a penalty for Corinthians and I didn't see why. Penalty for Corinthians. As I was typing in Guinegão's name. Because of what? A foul against Memphis Depay? No, because of a handball, and it is correct. The ball jumps against the hands of Doji, of the Grêmio defender. And there we have him, Memphis Depay on the penalty spot. Or will he take it, or will it be Gaho? It has to be Memphis Depay, no? 3 months without a goal. Now with the chance to maybe come back to scoring for Corinthians. But I think it's gonna be Gaho who takes it. Memphis Depay who provoked it. The handball was after, and now he hands him the ball. Memphis Depay with the big chance to come back to scoring terms here for Corinthians and seal this game for his team. All eyes on him. His last goal was when I was in Itaquera in São Paulo in the stadium 3 months ago. Now I'm back in Germany and Corinthians and Memphis Depay is back on the penalty spot. Ball's free. What's he gonna do? One last respiration. Memphis Depay shoots. Goal! Do Corinthians! Goal to Memphis Depay! The curse is over after 3 months without a goal. Memphis Depay, the number 9. No, what am I saying? The number 10. Even better. Corinthians key striker Memphis Depay is back on the score sheet. Into the bottom left corner as seen from him. Goalkeeper Thiago Volpi was going into the other side of the goal. And Corinthians up 2-0. And Memphis Depay back on the score sheet after 3 months. Last goal he scored, I was seeing inside the stadium. This goal that he scores 3 months later again, I see not inside the stadium but inside the stream. Big! 2-0 Corinthians. And it was Memphis Depay. Now Grêmio, of course, wanna respond to that quickly. Shot from distance, but no problem for Hugo Souza. The shot was directly shot onto him. Why we have Memphis Depay back on the score sheet. And some substitutions actually. That's always a bit difficult there late into the games. That's why I didn't see the penalty in the first place as well. Then only in the replay. It was a penalty for a handball. It was a clear penalty for me. Memphis Depay making his way into the Grêmio half, and then the ball actually hits this like a hand of a Grêmio player was running, who kind of did a movement like that and got the ball like onto his hand, running like a little bit, only a little change of direction there, but that's enough to be an intentional handball and the penalty for Corinthians. Absolutely no doubts about that. So the substitutions finally. Gui Negão is coming in for Yuri Alberto. And on the Grêmio side we have Quellar coming in for Doji, who was actually the player who played the handball inside his own area that led to the penalty that Memphis Depay converted for his first goal for Corinthians after 3 months, and now Grêmio with another attack. They have a corner kick. If they want to come back, it's now or never. While Mateus Bidou is laying down the ground here. Got a cramp or something like that. Was hit into his knee by the ball. It was him who deflected it into the outside. So the corner kick of Grêmio now swung in, but headed away by Corinthians until now. No danger. Shot from distance blocked again. Grêmio still in possession with Christian Oliveira down the left hand side. Here we got the ever present Arthur Melo again. Again, Christian Oliveira, can he create something stronger in the dribbles than his mates with a shot from distance, but it's still like 5 meters off the goal. Grêmio, you can see that they're pressing now. They want their dangerous situation. They haven't given up themselves, which is strong, and in terms of character of the team, certainly a really strong thing. But it's not enough. They haven't had their dangerous situation till now in the second half. Also in the first half, they had one good chance of Amusa in the first half when he challenged Hugo Souza to a flight session. But that was the only time that Grêmio really had a dangerous chance towards the Corinthians goal. So this 2-0 of Corinthians is completely deserved. Even though Grêmio is not playing that badly here, it's just not enough for scoring until now. The basics are there at Grêmio, but not more than that. You have to say it like that. And Corinthians, now in the 85th minute, very close to this home victory, close to this 2-0 at home, and close to, I think now we can take a look at the table, playing a role in the race for the Copa Libertadores. Places here in the table, but we have Grêmio again now coming. I'm going to tell you more about the table later on. Manuel Bispo dos Santos, muito obrigado para seguir aqui. Thanks for the sub. You're a legend. You're actually the first person who subscribes to Valentin's Football Corner during a stream. That's legendary, dude. How was your name again? Bota o teu nome lá no comentário aqui, por favor. Eu não me lembro do teu nome lá no... lá que apareceu lá no screen, sabe? Na tela. Muito obrigado pra seguir. Valeu, tamo junto. Welcome to Valentin's Football Corner. E... gosto muito. Legal. Primeiro seguidor dentro de um stream. Bora. Você torce para Corinthians? Pode escrever no teu comentário também. Ou se torce pro Grêmio, pra quem? Você só gosta de futebol brasileiro assim. De qualquer forma, muito obrigado por seguir. Thanks for the follow. First follow live in the stream that I see here. And for some reason the alerts were not going off and we didn't hear sound for the subscription, which normally should appear, but screw it. I was talking about the table of the Brasileirão, actually. Corinthians 9th spot now with 42 points, which is the same number of points that Vasco have, albeit with one game less, so Vasco could go 3 points clear of Corinthians again. But as I said, depending on who wins the Copa do Brasil, if it's gonna be Fluminense or I think Cruzeiro is also in the semi-finals, if I'm not mistaken, of this Copa do Brasil. I'm saying Copa do Brasil. Then also the 8th spot of the Brasileirão would be a spot to qualify for the Copa Libertadores, and Corinthians will actually be really close to that right now. And, not to forget, Corinthians themselves are also in the semi-finals of the Copa do Brasil. So Corinthians actually have a chance to qualify for the Copa Libertadores directly by winning the Copa do Brasil as well. So if they manage to be 8th or even 7th in the end, in the Brasileirão, I'm gonna just put the background sound a little less. But if Corinthians manage to be 8th or even 7th in the table in the end of this Brasileirão season, they would most likely actually qualify for either the Copa Libertadores directly by winning the Copa do Brasil, or by or for the qualification round of the Copa Libertadores by being 8th or 7th and another team winning the Copa do Brasil from the 1st to 7th spot actually. So yeah, for Corinthians, gotta say, this is a really, really important win at home. One that could bring them ever closer to another Copa Libertadores season, which they haven't played for quite some time. Just gonna take a look at the chat, if I missed some chats. Actually, has Grêmio come again offensively there on the right hand side? The box maybe with a cross in. Here comes the cross, but no one there to take it, and Grêmio and Corinthians again with being able to give some counter. But no chance for Grêmio with all of that. Here come Corinthians again. Will they even score the 3-0? They, by the way, have made 3 substitutions that I cannot tell you who came on, because here on Globo Esporte it doesn't say who exactly was. Now you can see it. Gonna put the subs in. We're at the end of the game, but like, did you see who's coming in? Matheus Bidou, replaced by Hugo, number 46. Corinthians with 3 substitutions there towards the end of the game, but now we see Grêmio again. They are, we have to say, not giving up. We're just strong now. The ball swung in, but too far again, but cleared away by the Corinthians defender to a corner kick. So we have one more corner kick for Grêmio here, actually. I'm gonna put in the final substitutions. Hugo is replacing Matheus Bidou. Maicon is going off, and Charles, number 35, replacing him. And Garro replaced by number 61, Neguinho. Ball swung in for a corner for Grêmio, but no danger. We're in the 91st minute already. Now the ball again inside the Corinthians box and cleared away, not even a corner kick. But on the right hand side, the possibility for a cross in for Grêmio here. Far and not dangerous again. Grêmio are trying much in this game, trying many things, but not really getting towards something. And by the way, their top goal scorer Carlos Vinicius has left the pitch without scoring today. So, parabéns, congratulations to the Corinthians defense for having prevented Carlos Vinicius from scoring today after he scored 6 goals in 7 games before for Grêmio. That's also something that's worth mentioning. How much added on time will we see? We're already 1 minute above, 5 minutes of added on time, so 4 more minutes for Grêmio to pull off what would be the biggest miracle of Brazilian football in recent times here. Because not having had even a single dangerous chance until now, I think it's gonna be even more difficult to score 2 goals in 4 minutes. But maybe there we have Christian Oliveira going in. Another corner kick for Grêmio. 3.5 minutes still on the clock. And the ball now swung in from the corner for Grêmio. Slips through, maybe the shot from distance now, and it's over the goal. Actually quite close. Shot comes from Arthur Melo. But again, nothing all too dangerous there. Grêmio will now have to accept that this game is over. And that Corinthians will have beaten them. If 2-0 to 1, we're gonna have to see there's still 3 minutes to go, but I don't think that Grêmio is gonna be able to come back from that. There's just no way. Now Hugo Souza and his defender playing it slowly there from behind. 2.5 minutes to go on the long ball to the front. And Corinthians now with the substitutes also showing what they can do. Don't know who this is exactly. I think it's Dieguinho who was trying to dribble there. Memphis Depay, by the way, still on the pitch after his goal. He's gonna go full distance today for Corinthians. As we see Grêmio attacking again down the right hand side, but cleared away again. Only the throw in for Grêmio. And the Corinthians player not on the ground. Number 13, Gustavo Henrique. Hopefully didn't get injured by something that was making the tackle to clear the ball away of this Grêmio attack. He can walk again. Seems nothing too bad there. Maybe one last long throw in there off Grêmio, but it's too short, actually cleared away by a head of the Corinthians defense. 1 minute to go, this game is decided. Grêmio still trying one last attack. Cross towards the right hand side. Maybe one last ball there into the middle. The header comes onto the bar, actually! The biggest chance for Grêmio for a goal in the 95th minute. With 1 minute to play only. I don't know who headed it exactly. Foul now given for Corinthians. The last 30 seconds are going to be played by a Corinthians free kick. But actually that was really dangerous there. And it was the subbed in Andre in the middle, who is completely free. Gets the header in towards the Corinthians goals, and the ball slams onto the crossbar. Which would have been the 2-1 for Grêmio. Arguably too late to make a difference to this game. But there it was, and that was really the first really dangerous chance in the second half here for Grêmio. But now Corinthians again with a counter-attack via the left-hand side. While down the middle it's blocked. Forward I think would be a corner kick or a throw-in, I don't know. But it's not gonna be played anymore. The referee blows the final whistle. Corinthians wins 2-0 against Grêmio at home. A deserved win for the Timão de São Paulo. And Memphis Depay, he did it. He got back on the score sheet, scored his first goal after 3 months of goal drought, giving Corinthians this crucial 2-0 home win here. That gets them up to the 9th spot of the table, actually. And within striking distance for a potential Copa Libertadores qualifying spot. So for Corinthians, this game today, a deserved win, and in any case, a very, very important one. And an important one also for Memphis Depay, who was making a really good game. He is undoubtedly the man of the match for Corinthians, already hit the post in the first half and the second half. Provoked a penalty, handball of a Grêmio defender there when Memphis Depay was going into the penalty area, and then also transformed this penalty. So I don't know if you get an assist if you play an attack that results in a handball that results in a penalty, or if you only get an assist if you're fouled before a penalty. But if you also get an assist for handball penalties, then Memphis Depay actually got assist and goal at the same time, which is crazy. And yeah, man of the match, really good game by him. The Grêmio key players like Arthur Melo and Carlos Vinicius not able to make the difference here. Carlos Vinicius, especially with 6 games out of his last 7 matches before this game today, completely unable to create anything dangerous here. The Corinthians defense really, really well organized against him, which makes this Corinthians victory in the end more than deserved. 2-0. It was a pleasure for me, foi um grande prazer assistir o Brasileirão junto com vocês aqui no Valentin's Football Corner. It was a great pleasure watching with you together the Brasileirão again here in Valentin's Football Corner. Great game, a great action going on between two of the 12 teams that are considered giants here in Brazil. So thanks for everyone who came along. Muito obrigado para todo mundo que assistiu aqui hoje. Foi um grande prazer. Vamos se ver a próxima vez aqui no Valentin's Football Corner. Subscribe to my channel, se inscreve aqui. Vou fazer um vídeo sobre a minha experiência no Itaquerão, na Neoquímica Arena, no Corinthians, onde eu fui no derby contra o Palmeiras em julho na Copa do Brasil. Gonna make a video that I'm gonna upload in 2 weeks, em 2 semanas, about my experience at the Corinthians Stadium where the game of today was played. When I was there against Palmeiras, Corinthians Palmeiras, the biggest, craziest derby in Brazil, in July, Copa do Brasil, one of the craziest games of football I've ever seen live in a stadium. You can look forward to pyrotechnics, crazy atmosphere, and very, very great stadium food actually when I go there. So make sure to subscribe here to Valentin's Football Corner, se inscreva aqui para não perder tudo que eu faço. And to enjoy South American football together, of course, as always. So for me, that's it for today. Thanks for having come along. Muito obrigado, valeu, tamo junto. Cap on this one. Until next time. Ciao. Ciao.